is quite unbearable. I mean, the level of insult I've just received within 48 hours. From those ignorant followers of Evangelist Ebuka Obi. What have I spoken wrong? You will see the video.
You don't put your 7 eggs into one basket. If anything happened to that basket, all the whole eggs will break. If a boy, if as a girl, if there is a guy, two of you date, there is different categories of date. You can't push every man out because a boy is your friend.
Simply because I brought out my own initiative, my own opinion concerning his saying, which you and I knew it was an obvious mistake. This is why I said I'd rather be a believer than to be a foolish follower. Because those foolish followers can as well support you at the point of your mistake, even when you are falling into the pit. Evangelist Ebuka Obi is a human being, don't forget. So he's bound to make some mistakes. And at that point, he's not beyond corrections. That correction he requires can as well come from you. That is why Igbo Ade says that I corrected Evangelist Ebuka Obi on his saying that actually pointed on promiscuity. Let me put it that way. Because when you are now encouraging our youths to indulge into what they call multiple dating, so many of them came up against me. How dare you speak like this? How dare you say that what our master said is wrong? I can repeat it again. Ebuka Obi was totally and obviously wrong in this. But I've not condemned him in any way. I am not in position to do that. He's on his own field. What I am trying to say is that speaking in such manner, I see it as a corruption, a seed of corruption in the mindsets of our children. Who can come up and tell us that our single girls, they have the right to double date? You would have simply told us to embrace promiscuity or simply go back to polygamy, knowing too well the effects of those things in our community today. A single girl has not even escaped the danger of dating a single guy. How much more when she's being exposed to multitude of men? By the way, what have you sowed in them that gives you that assurance, that guarantees their safety in the hands of those men? Okay, you think after collecting their numbers, that's final. A single guy can patiently follow you as a lady in the next 6 months to get what he wants. It takes only the grace of the supreme deity to overcome that. You and I know. By the way, how would you take the girl serious when you discover that the girl you are going to marry or you are trying to date for marriage's sake is now double dating, having other men besides? That means you are just nothing but a substitute. Would you take her serious again? Even if the guys did not notice that, what of other people sitting behind or within? Automatically should be counted promiscuous, like it or not, because nobody is there, at least to bear witness of what happens. And you and I know too sure that it is very rare to see a girl that would date a young guy these days without going mathematically with them. So, Evangelist Ebuka Obi, if you are still saying it that you owe nobody any sorry for saying that, it means that you really thoughtfully said it. And whatever you say will be held against you for coming out to tell us or to tell our girls to indulge into such acts. That's not acceptable. And someone must stand against that, okay? But those foolish and ignorant followers that fail to understand when their master is making grave mistakes are standing to fight for you. Yes, they will defend you, but there are points that will be made in defense. I am working now with the eyes of the gods. I don't speak when I did not hear. I'm an expectant of it because I've already seen the field. I know what is being cultivated in the field. The seed that is being sowed in them is never the seed of uprightness in any form. Everybody is there because of I see, I saw. You want to hear the ancient stories and the future one coming to you. But I know very well that what is being sowed in them is not strong enough to carry them across that temptation. It's not enough to carry them. Ebuka Obi, your field is a field of prophecy. Anyone that is coming there is coming because they want to be entertained. Also, you need signs and wonders, which you are good to. So telling them to indulge into such is a kind of giving them a face of deceit. It's not good. Our children are bound to make mistakes through that advice. Look at your products. Kelafan Konyara, Nkano Chicago. Ogechi Njaka. I've never seen a mad dog like that girl. And you people say that she's under a man. I've been at the man there under her. A girl that can stand out openly, publicly to speak ill of the dead. Is she normal? That was when I marked her bad. As the Bokwi Hojo. And somebody is telling me, why should I correct what their master said? Why wouldn't I correct it? He made a mistake. He knew. I've never in any way come out and said that he's not real. He is real to you. He is real to some people. Thank the supreme deity that he controls multitude. Good and fine. Konye hakane enye nke. Onyinye amara done. But what I am saying is that what he said is totally wrong. And he needs to correct that impression. Because women are moved by what they hear. If you indulge into such as a single girl, and the temptation and the heat that will come out of it seem bigger than you, what would you do? You will fall victim in several ways. I repeat, long-time relationship does not really pay. But keeping several relationships at a go will give you division of focus. You will never focus one. You wouldn't show your best. You will be a liar. And don't forget, to whom much is given, much is expected. And some people will come up to talk rubbish because you probably have 200 naira data to comment. What can we shut up? Yeah? Oh, one day I will use one unfortunate and unlucky person to show example. But I don't blame you people, because those that are in position to correct you are not correcting you. Is it not like what Okon Wudibia said, that Zionites are paying some bloggers to defend them? I now ask, when has it become a physical battle that they will mobilize the physical army to defend them or to fight for them? Look at the armies. Ogechi Njaka, abnormal human being, because she's sitting in Chicago, talking rubbish, thinking that she's living inside the moon, vomiting all manner of rubbish, speaking ill of the dead. If Senator Ifeanyi is alive, would you stand out to speak such? Can you stand before the wife to repeat such ill? Even where you are, do you think you are sitting far above their reach? Another thing is that if those people are truly being mobilized to fight on social media, what example are they showing? What manner of products would you call them? Product of positivity or negativity? It is what you saw in them that they would deliver. Let us look at it the other angle. Okay? In that same scripture that you people normally read, Peter, the head of the apostles, removed one of the the enemies of Jesus. He removed the ear. What happened there? Jesus bent down and picked the ear, refixed it, and now want Peter to put it back, to put back the sword. Are you hearing me? So why drawing sword here and there, fighting rats and cockroaches? Why? Something needs to be done. Evangelist Ebuka Obi, you need to correct the impression you created that is causing confusion. At the same time, put your dogs. There are several mad dogs. Put them in chain, okay? I'm even surprised that the most brave among them has not spoken. What's the name of that guy? Fearless Director 1, right? Yes, sir. Fearless indeed. And the greatest disappointment of it all is that somebody like Zion is supporting Ogechi Njaka, boasting of her that anytime he lands at Chicago, he will sleep in her house. No, nobody is opposing that. But it's a disappointment. I now ask, who are the people that will speak to them to hear? They are going astray. Back to what I was saying. Evangelist Ebuka Obi needs to come out and correct the impression he created. If not, our girls are standing the chance of making mistakes. Because the problem of our people is that once they believe in you, they are bound to enter the same pit with you. But the Supreme Deity will help you all.